here, your February Astro Tarot Forecast. My name is Audrey Alison, and I'm shuffling the Alchemical deck by Robert M. Place. Thank you so much for tuning in and for subscribing to this channel. I wasn't on last month. I had COVID, and it took me a really long time to heal and get it out of my system. It went through phases. And it was not a cold for me. It was crazier than that. Didn't even realize I had it. I thought it was just the flu because it was that horrible in the stomach area. But then it just transformed into a whole bunch of different other things. And I was saying in the other readings, and I'll say it again, as an empath, I truly believe it hits you harder. It just hits different. When you're given energy to people for a living, it really takes a minute to replenish when you're hit with something like that. And that was me. But what I'd love to do is go over some transits I did miss. So this is a February forecast, but it's going to touch back on some transits that are still relevant now and ongoing, but they will affect you for the upcoming year, Gemini. So please watch your sun sign and rising and moon, and strap in, get some popcorn. This is going to be, get a cocktail, get an iced tea. This is going to be a little bit longer of a forecast. Okay, Gemini, this is a big year for our careers, and effective this year, December 28th actually of 2021, Jupiter had officially moved into Pisces and will remain there through December 20th of 2022. Jupiter in Pisces is our career sector. And this is an expansive transit. This happens once every 12 years. Wherever Jupiter goes, that is where we are most positive, where we have the most developments, and where we level up in our lives, and where there is more knowledge and more risk-taking, and where we find more adventure in our lives. This is our career. It's time to give yourself a title change, a bonus, and if you are working for someone else, this is the year for promotion and or retirement, depending on your age. But there is a reward at the end of this year for Gemini, and in particular, Gemini rising. Your ruling planet, Gemini, Mercury, went retrograde on January 14th last month. And this occurred at 10 degrees of Aquarius. Mercury is still currently retrograde and will go direct on February 3rd at 24 degrees of Capricorn. So the last 2 weeks of January, your review occurred in the foreign travel and certification area, the spiritual and metaphysical sector. Gemini might have been returning from a trip or had some difficulty with foreign travel, passports, visas, and legalization of licensing, what is the right word? Green cards, visas, things like that go awry when Mercury is retrograde here. There's a delay in this kind of the pursuit of legalizing documents and contracts. There's also a hard time negotiating in that last 2 weeks of January. So expect that pause. Don't push. Expect some delays. Things will get done in February. But Mercury is now retrograde back into Capricorn in the 8th sector of shared resources, intimacy. Property is an issue for Gemini, and there is a delay in escrows, contracts, and or buyers or bidders. Expect it. Once Mercury goes direct February 3rd and clears his shadow on the 16th, things are pushing forward and you have more replenished energy here with contracts and property sales and purchases. On January 24th, Mars made a transit into Capricorn through March 6th. This is also the 8th sector of shared resources, investments, investors, other people's money, who's paying you for what services, and where you are invested. It's also the sex and intimacy sector, and Mars being a planet of physicality and action. This is a high libido time for Gemini, and an expressive time of how you are intimately connecting with someone. You love people by showing them this month, not so much telling them. And that is the same in business partnerships and business. The way you take action and the way you do is much more powerful this month than the way you say. It's always powerful the way Gemini says it, but this is the time between January 24th and March 6th to do it. Actions over words, or actions in addition to words. Do both and mean what you say. Tomorrow, February 1st, we have our new moon at 12 degrees of Aquarius, another air sign. I love it. A trine tomorrow in the planetary placements. You hold Gemini in the 9th sector. New moon in the 9th house. New study, new certification, new experience, a new trip that you're planning abroad or in a new location you haven't been. This is about new foreign travel, a new commitment to metaphysical and or spiritual ritual and activity and belief. This could also indicate new property for Gemini. This is a vast sector, the 9th house. It's also the sector of astrology and tarot. So there could be coursing. This is a very strong knowledge and a certification and higher education sector. So Gemini could be returning to school in a very big way, whether that is online or even going for your master's. Our full moon occurs on the 16th at 28 degrees of Leo. Closure in the 3rd sector of local travel, opposite the 9th house. Neighborhoods, local areas, community. Closure in the sibling sector, the relief of a burden with a sibling. Returning from a weekend trip because it's the Valentine's Day energy. You know, I didn't mention Valentine's Day in any of the other forecasts, and I like to do Gemmy last, so it's weird. I don't know, I'm not typically celebrating the typical holiday. I follow more of a Wiccan calendar, but this full moon occurs just right after that 2-day Valentine's connection, I guess. So maybe this is just about returning from your weekend. I like the connection with resolving sibling or neighbor issues or resentments. 2 days later, on the 18th, the Sun enters Pisces, conjunct Jupiter and Neptune. Neptune's at that 20-degree mark of Pisces. And this is also in your career sector. You can dream big in terms of where you envision yourself. Where do you see yourself long term? You have a 12-year, you're implementing a 12-year career cycle right now. So your imagination can run wild in career. That's where Neptune is. The the imaginative, dreamy energy. But the sun is here to solidify some of Neptune's rose-colored glasses energy, and Jupiter's here, enhancing this sector. So dream big, Gemini. Picture yourself clearly where you want to be. All right, here are your cards for the month of February. And if you'd like a private reading with me, this is what I do. I'm at audreyalison.com. I was still reading through January, but I do have February. I have February openings this month, towards the end of the month. So if you'd like to book with me, go to audreyalison.com and pick your day. Okay, Gemmy. Wow, the Empress. Nurturing, motherhood, the maternal energy, creativity. The Empress doesn't have to be about children. It can suggest fertile ideas, the expansion of creative projects. But let's see what else comes up here. Wow. 9 of Coins. This is the money tree. What seed? Oh, seeds that are planted can grow. Some of you are considering pregnancy or are currently pregnant, for those that apply, of gender and age, etc., and capability. But there's a double entendre here. Creative concepts and ideas, and the seed for fertility in children. Wow, there's a pregnancy for some Geminis, largely. The Ace of Coins, a new source of health and wealth. And an ace next to the Empress is fertility and pregnancy. So something is developing, but also an idea, a business idea. It starts with a seed. I said that before I even got the first coin. Look what this first coin can turn into. Yeah, there's something developing, all right, in career. Oh my gosh. This is like full-on copulation. There are 2 Lovers cards in this deck. This is a misprinted deck, I think. I'm not sure what it is. I can't think of it right now. I'm on the Astral. But there are 2 of these cards. One that's a little bit more heavy-duty in the lovemaking, and one that's just where they're sitting together. This is like official seed planting. I mean, can we think about this? This is either very literal or this is figurative and metaphorical, I should say. And you can expect what you are working on to bloom and prosper you, Gemini. And that what idea, seed, or concept that's being planted is going to grow from 1 coin to 9 coins, baby. So mote it be. Okay, Gemmy, I hope this was helpful. And if you'd like a private reading, I'm at audreyalison.com. Remember, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.